viewers to Hogar Social Academy. Today we are going with a new topic from the Political Science class 10 standard, the chapter name Public Administration and Introduction. Public Administration and an Introduction. In this chapter we are going to learn about the different political administrators who have expressed their views about the public administration. Moreover, we are going to learn about the scope of public administration, as well as we are going to learn the system of public administration in the form of Union Public Service Commission, in the form of KPSC, in the form of recruitment process, as well as law and order. These all things we are going to learn in our topic called as a public administration. Before entering into the depth of the public administration, let public administration, let us learn by a small example from our home itself. A home which consists of a small family where father is the head of the family, next to him mother and daughters as well as the sons. It's a duty of the father to look after the whole about the family, whether it is related to making the children to go on a very good path, or it may be related to the running of the family in the form of financially. A proper administration is being needed. So father, what he does? Father, according to have a proper run of the family, father always dedicate himself and always thinks about the way to run the family. So he uses the different methods, different steps to work on it. In the same way, it's a government and public. Together they are like a family. Public is also plays an important role in the development of the country, as well as government also plays an important role in the development of the country. But here government role is more important. To have a proper administration, a proper way of system has to be followed. Today we see many countries in this world who are economically developed. This is there, it's because of a proper administration, which we call it as a public administration. Nowadays, in this complex society, it becomes very important to understand. And this word called as administration, it is not like that. Presently in this 21st century, we are too thinking on it. It's since from the ancient times in our country, we see the administration. Our kings or our rulers, they also in their empire, they were having a proper administration. This is the reason they used to control the whole territory in a very proper way in the form of law and order. In the same way, today or in this topic, we are going to learn about the public administration. Right? Now, public administration. Public word, it refers to the government also. And even it refers to the number of citizens who are living in this country called as India. Public. Okay. And there is one more word called as administration. Administration. Running a proper process of the system by bringing a proper systematic way of law and order. Let us understand this. Right now, public administration, in that administration word which you are saying, administration, it's a combination of two Latin words it is. It's a combination of which one? Of two Latin words. One is ad, another one is minister, ministrar. Okay. Now this ministrar, what it refers? It refers to serve, to care. It refers to serve, to care. Itself it says, itself it is saying what? To serve, to take a care. So hence when we add this admin, ad plus ministrar, administration, which means to what? To serve. Now whom to serve? Now here it is a service to the whom? To the public in a different form. It's a service to the public in a different forms. Okay, like for example, the government of, if you take a state or if you take a whole country, here the service is given to the whom? To the public according to their needs. We are having many number of our wants. These wants is being fulfilled by the whom? By the government, by the proper administration. Okay, now see, former president of whom? Of America. America former president called as Woodrow Wilson. Called as Woodrow Wilson. He has expressed, Woodrow Wilson has expressed, who is also called as a father of public administration. Woodrow Wilson, who is called as a father of public administration, Woodrow Wilson has expressed the public administration. According to him, public administration is a comprehensive enforcement of law. It's a comprehensive enforcement of a law. If a proper law is being executed and made to be understood and made to be followed in a regular form, then only what we can have the proper administration. So this reason he stresses on the way it's a comprehensive enforcement, he says. Who? Woodrow Wilson, who is called as a father of public administration. Another side, Pfiffner, what he says, it's a combination of collective effort and coordination. It's a collective effort and coordination is there, right? I can't throw all my responsibility on the government and sit in my home saying that whatever thing has to be done related to my development, it should be done by you. In that way we can't do. How much equally government is responsible, in the way equally the citizen of this country is also responsible. One must have to cooperate the rules and regulations which are being framed by the whom? By the government. Like very simple way if we talk, the traffic rule signals which are being made by the government, it's nothing but it's a law. Traffic signals are nothing but they are the law. And we people, what we do, according to the signals, we follow the law. What would be if the traffic signals laws are being not made? Very simple answer. Everyone used to fight with each other and their chaos would create in throughout the area. Keeping this in the mind, many number of rules are being framed out. So it's a combination of collective effort and coordination to implement public policy, right? Okay, implement of public. It's a collective effort and coordinations. Here, the government sector, right, with the good coordination with its departments, with its administrative departments, has to properly implement the policies which are being framed by the government, so that those policies should reach up to the public. So it's a view of the Pfiffner. In the same way, Luther Gulick, okay, F.M. Marx, Herbert, A. Simon have expressed their views on the public administration. So public administration, according to the definitions, if we look over, it is one of the very important part of the running of the government, right? This helps in the way in the smooth movement of the government. Modern states are considered as administrative states. public administration plays a very important role. So here we are going to learn and understand the importance of the public administration. The importance of the public administration has been prescribed in these 5 points. And the first point it speaks related to, it is a pillar of the government. It's a pillar of the government, right? Why it is been said as a pillar of the government? See, as we said, right? It's one of the important aspect of which one of the running of the administration. We know very well that there are three wings are there. One called as a legislature, one called as a judiciary, and another one called as a executive. Three organs. Legislature duty is to make the law, judiciary duty is to check the law, and executive duty is to bring it into a process or pass the law. Somewhere if we leave legislature and legislature as well as the judiciary, somewhere if we leave, but we can't leave the third organ called as a executive, because executive is the one who plays very important role in the process of making the rules and regulation and or law and order into very proper form. Due to the executive itself, today it has become very easy for the administration part. This is the reason it is called as it has been referred as a pillar of the government. Okay, all the works of the government moves through the process of the executive. This is the reason public administration is said as a pillar of the government. All the action plans, everything is there due to the which one? Due to the public administration. Another side, striving to protect public interest, our wants. Number of government, whichever government comes, the government comes and works keeping in the mind of public interest. If public interest is been fulfilled, then only there will be a smooth flow of the government. If public interest is not fulfilled, then many number of different problems it arises. Keeping this in the mind, the government comes with the different policies to make or to fulfill the dreams of the citizens of the country. This is the reason what he says, it's always strive for the protect of each of the public interest. Now this is a word called as a protect, and the word called as a striving means regularly he works on it. Regularly, right? It's a prime responsibility of the government to observe it, to look after it, to understand it, and then according to that what best can be done to be bring up in the form of practical by the whom? By the government. Okay, so he says it as a striving to protect public interest. Another side, implementation of the law and policies, law, kanun, okay, and policy schemes are being there. Implementation, he says, a proper implementation has to be done. Government, what different types of schemes has been brought up for the public should be reach up to the public. It should not just remain as a oral or in the papers. If the government expresses that this sort of scheme is being brought up for the citizen of the country, then it should reach up to the citizen of the country. Otherwise, it's of totally waste. There is no use of. As what government says, it always strives very hard to reach up to the common man. And that is his duty also. And even citizen also what they have to do, they have to take the proper use of those all policies which are being prepared by the government. So this is what public administration it speaks. Strength and social security, very important part. Strength and social security. In this world or in this country or in your country or nearby your home, you see many of the people, right? all the people are not self-sufficient. Everyone strives and struggles hard for the fulfillment of his dreams. And in this, we see many people who are being found in a different stages, like rich, middle class, poor, disabled, widows, handicaps, old peoples who are not having any sort of shelters for them, old age homes are being made, right? Many of the people who are unemployed, who are striving to have a two times of the meals. In this way, many number of people in the society we will see. To overcome over this, the public administration comes with its strength in the form of which, in the form of giving the security, in the form of giving the securities. What type of would be? Like giving the pensions to the widows, giving the pensions to the those who are being called as a who have completed their service, providing the employment opportunity, giving food facilities in the form of BPL card, below poverty line. And a result of this good public administration, today more than 25 crores of the population are being uplifted from the poverty. So these all are nothing but what it is, that it's a social security which the public administration always tries very hard to give it and make a proper growth of the individuals. And the last point speaks related, says assess the legislature as well as the executive. Here, legislature which has made the law and executive which is passing this law. In between them, if a proper law is being made and proper datas are being shared, proper datas. Now simply if the government can't announce that all the number of citizens in this country who are be there, everyone will be given a free supply of the food. No, it can't do. So if a proper data, proper collection of information is been there, on the base of that only what can be done, a proper policies can be framed and proper policies can be implemented. We know very well this, that the government comes with the different schemes. So proper way of, if information is been there, then only what it can be done, a proper process of the work will be done by the whom? By the legislature as well as by the executive. Okay, so these are the 5 important, what it is, that importance of the public administration. In this way, our public administration, what it does, it works on it, right? So in our next period, in our next session, in my next video, I am going to bring you related to scope of the public administration and how Luther Gulick has expressed the scope of public administration in 8 letters. We will understand that also, and even we will understand about recruitment process, about UPSC, about KPSC, and about the maintenance of the law and order, including the police system.